where we're gonna cut our wire molds. We're coming from here, going up to about right here. So we'll cut it about right here. I really hate pawing some stuff, so that's why I dump my bag out. Okay, so we're gonna file out any sharp edges, like filing felony charges. Make sure there's no sharp edges anywhere that could puncture the wire. Looking for that, so if I don't find it, we're not going to bother. We're just going to use what we got. Okay, I did find it. So we're going to put our corner piece on here. Goes on like this. It fit in nice and easy. It sets in there like this. I enjoy looking for some screws. How lucky I was to get it right where there's a beam. So I'll put this onto our box here. Put the level on it. Right there. Lucky to find a screw, hit some beam. Okay, I'll come back over here and I'll cut the one to go up to our switch. Again, we'll use our file and file it out like we're filing some felony charges. Okay, this piece is just the right length to go up to the light. Okay, this is a factory edge. This is the edge we're going to have to file like some felony charges. So we'll put our box on here like this. Goes in like that. Didn't bite into anything. So we'll try to get one more in here. That one hit nice and solid. I can't find my Phillips. You know what? I don't find it, and I'm not getting upset. I'm not going to carry on about it. I'm just going to be happy without it. So let's make sure our box there. Put down good. It didn't hit anything. So let's see if I hit something over here. Yeah, I hit something over there. So we got our box up here. Okay, now we're going to get our other outlet down here. What a joy it is to see it not go in where you want it. So you take it off and do it again. Now it's in the way we want it. See, okay, we're not lucky enough to hit what we want, so we're going to have to use our wall anchors. You know what, if I don't find my Phillips screwdriver, I'm not going to get upset, I'm not going to carry on, I'm just going to go buy another one, that's all. You don't get upset about stuff like that. Because what is it going to give you? Absolutely nothing. We put our level on it. Right here. And we'll make our holes here and there. It's a joy to ruin your screw heads. I love ruining them. It makes it a bigger challenge to put them in. So you just take them out. You don't get frustrated, you just destroy it so you don't pick it up and use it again. It would be nice if I could find my Phillips, but if I can't, I can't. I'm not getting upset about it. I don't carry on about it. What's left behind is left behind, and what's forgotten is forgotten. So you just leave it at that. And you don't worry about it. You just truck forward with what you got and be thankful. Don't complain about what you don't have. Be thankful for what you got. Okay, so we got our wire mold on now. Now we can start feeding our wires through. I'm going to focus on what I have and not dwell on what I don't have and what I can't do. So that's the way it should be. Make sure our wire's not going to get pinched when I snap the cover on there. If it doesn't go, you just force it, that's all. Make sure the wire's not pinched. Ground screw in here. We'll put one down here. And we have one down here. Green screw. Okay, now we'll get all our ground wires together and bond our ground to the box. Here in the country I was born in, we use wire nuts. They come in different sizes. So we have to, in our metal box, you have to bond your box and your device. So we'll clip them, make sure they're even on the end, put our wire nut on. Here in the country I was born in, your black is live, your white is neutral. And you always switch your live wire, not your neutral wire. So you can get your copper even at the end like that and your insulation even at the bottom. Take your wire nut, twist it on. Fold our wires back into our box. Like this. Okay, so we're going to open our two ends here. One, two, three, four, we're on our track. Now I'm gonna, hopefully we have a light switch in here, but if we don't, and we're not gonna get upset, we're not gonna carry on about it. And I'm not gonna run a rat race looking for one. I'll just leave it for last, but I'll look next door and see if I got one. So I ended up taking one out of another room that I don't have to have done right away, because I just refuse to go on a rat race looking for stuff. I just refuse to, and I'm not going to. You always put your ground on your green screw. You put your two black wires on the brass screws. Connections are nice and tight like that here. Now we can fold our wires into our box, keeping our ground wire over on this side so it doesn't touch anything we don't want it to touch. Make sure our screws aren't going to hit the wires. Get centered on our box here. Here in the country I was born in, up is on, down is off. If your switch is upside down, it will say no. Make sure our screws aren't hitting any wires. Now we'll go up here and do our light. green screw. Because you got to ground to your box on a metal box and then to your device. One, two, three, four. Make sure we're in our track all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. See which way our screws go. Because I went across this way. Make sure it's on here nice and tight. We have to round up to here too, get around our green screw. Make sure the wire is under the screw head all the way around. Okay, get our copper even at the end here. Put our wire nut on. We'll strip our black. Oh, okay, they're stripped pretty long here. Okay, so we'll get our insulation even at the bottom here. Take our strands, we'll wrap them around our solid wire. Get the copper even up here and the insulation even on the bottom. Put our wire nut on. Insulation even at the bottom. Bring our strands around. Wrap them around like this. Get the copper even at the top, insulation even on the bottom. Put our wire nut on. Make sure insulation's up in the wire nuts. We'll take our little knobs off here. Now we can put our light onto our box. Okay, we just push our wires into our box and set our light up here on the screws. And get it straightened like that there. Okay, we got it going straight up and down here. I'll put our globe on here. You can see the sloppy job they did hooking this outlet up. They got the insulation caught under the screw head, but it is going, and the copper's not under the screw head all the way around. So we're gonna take this off. They didn't close the loop very good over here. Maui is in Hawaii, Hawaii, Hawaii. Clip them so they're even. Okay, we'll get our ground wires all back into our box here. We want them to get them all the way into the back, get them out of the way here. Always strip with the size that matches the wire you're using. Okay, so we'll get all our insulation even at the bottom and all our copper even at the top. And we'll put our wire nut on. Make sure insulation's going up into the bottom there. Now look and make sure they're all in. 1, 2, 3. 4, they're all in. Okay, so we can get all our white wires back into our box. So we'll get all our copper even at the top and our insulation even at the bottom like this. I gotta bring okay, that's a little shorter, so I'm gonna take and clip them all so they're nice and even here like that. Take our red wire nut, make sure it grabs all the wires. And I hold the tail so it stays in there. And I'll just look in, make sure all our insulation's up in the wire nut. Okay, so we'll break our little tabbies out here on the side of our box. Track on both sides. And now we'll hook our outlet up. Your white goes on the silver screw, which is the wide slot. Your black goes on the brass colored screw, which is the narrow slot. And the bare wire goes on this green screw, which is the ground. Oh. Nice connection like that. And push our wires into our box. Now I gotta look for some screws, but if I don't find them, I'm not gonna run a rat race looking for them. I'm just gonna use something else. Oh, I do have screws. Finish it by hand so I don't strip my holes out. Make sure my screws aren't hitting any of the wires. That one's not hitting. And that one's not hitting. Okay, so we got to put our ground screw in here to bond our ground wire to the box. was not gonna go. But fortunately I went. So we got our ground wire up here around our green screw. Okay, now we'll put our box in here. One, two. We're gonna jack on both sides here. I'll close the screws we're not using. Just hooking up the last outlet, Nate. Yep, just hooking up the last one. I couldn't find the light switches, so instead of dumping everything out and going on a rampage looking for one, I just took one out of that other bedroom there. Do you know where they got put? I dumped all the light switches, that box of light switches. I dumped everything out and I couldn't find them anywhere.
David, I don't think I touched anything. I moved the box of stuff just out of the middle of the floor, but I don't think they took anything. Like these light switches?
Yeah, I had to pull one out of the bedroom because I want to get this done by 11.
Like the one in that house?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the cover for the one under.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
Looks good there. I dumped everything out in the kitchen in all those boxes and I couldn't find them in there.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Keep our ground wire down at the bottom here.
Did maybe we just not get any the other day?
Oh no, I remember we bought them.
I mean, I wasn't moved anything. I don't know. Who knows?
But it's always a joy not to be able to find everything, though, right?
Well, it's always a joy when.
Because I'd rather rejoice in not being able to find them than get frustrated not finding them, you know?
That's a good way to look at it, David.
So grab from something else to Get what you need done, right?
Oh, that's not too bad. One, hey. Do we not have covers?
I just need another cover for this one outlet here.
Oy.
And the light switch.
Is this the right one, David?
Yes, that's the right one for this.
Let's see what I got. Where did I just put my stool? Oy. I need a light switch. I think I got one right over here.
Okay, so we got a stud here. We have a stud right here. Then we have a stud right here. Okay, now we gotta use a couple wall hangers.
Hey, yeah, these ones?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. Where were they?
Just in there, on the floor on the other one. That's in the other room.
Let's see if one is on a stud. That one happened to be on a stud. Yeah, that one's on a stud too. So we'll get lucky and put them up here on a stud. Okay. Let's see the cover there. Alrighty. You wanna go down and turn the breaker on? So that is how to install wire mold here in the country I was born in. Peace. Thanks for watching.